I grew up in a poor area in Oaxaca, Mexico. San Miguel Cuevas, to be exact. It isn't bad, but it isn't great. The roads there are dirt, and they lead to the other towns by going along the side of the mountains. It usually takes hours. That would have taken a couple of minutes here in America. My parents worked all day picking the grains and beans. They would pick the shells and later take the seeds out when they got home. They would tend to the cows and feed them. My brother Manuel would take the horses to a stream to wash them and let them drink. I was 12 years old back then, but I helped my mom with everything. I helped her cook, feed the chickens, pick the seeds, and herd the cows. Over my time, you start work at a young age and help your family any way you can. Parents over there have kids to help around the house and give them jobs so that way when they come of age, they can work for real and they understand how to do it. I grew up into a family of 9. After my 3 brothers had already left and it was just my brother, my 2 sisters, and me, I decided to move to Mexico City. My mom fully supported it because over there they spoke Spanish and English, unlike the dialect mixed with Spanish I had been learning all these years. I moved to Mexico City and started up a shop, a little business. I made some profit but decided that I wouldn't get by with this much every week. I called my mom and wanted to let her know that I was going to the United States. She didn't want me to leave, but understood just as my brothers had gone before me. I crossed the border on foot and got caught. They deported me back to Oaxaca, where my journey had began. As soon as I got back, my mom was already on my butt and ordered me to do chores, like nothing had happened. I told her, "Ma, I don't want to stay here. I want to go to the United States. Please understand." My mom looked down. She looked sad, but she never cried. She sent me back on my way to Mexico City. I trekked back to Sonora, a long and tiring walk mixed with Suburbans, which are like little vans. From Sonora, I crossed into Arizona. I had my brother pick me up in Arizona and drive me to California. When I had made it to the United States at 13 years old, I was amazed. There were paved roads everywhere in every town we went through, lots of glorified food at every corner, and sports. When I was living with my brother in California, I had an interest in football and basketball. Football is in the American kind, not soccer. I decided to cheer for the Dallas Cowboys because they were called America's team, and they were also really good. When I watched basketball, I just loved to watch them play. Since football was a team game and needed more than one person, I took up basketball. I practiced and practiced all the time. I was able to shoot from the 3-point line and do layups. When I was 16, I told my brother that I was going north towards Oregon. He took me up to my other brother, Florentino. I stayed with him and his wife while I looked for an apartment and a job. I got the call for a job first and started working at a TA gas station in Gresham. I worked nearby McDonald's, so when I was on break, I would walk over and grab a meal. It was near the same parking lot, and most of my diet was McDonald's. I would come home from work and play basketball. After a couple of weeks of working, I finally got an apartment to live in. With the money I had, I bought clothes, furniture. I didn't buy that much because I still had to send money back to my mom. I had promised my mom that I would send it back from all the working if she let me go to the United States. Eventually, I started working 2 jobs. I worked at Burger King and TA. During the time I had 2 jobs, I also attended school. I was in high school at Reynolds when I moved to Oregon. I dropped out in the last year though because I had to start working overtime at both my jobs. I needed the money for the rent and to send the money back home to my mom. Living in America and working 2 jobs was very difficult for me because I didn't speak any English. None. After working for a year in fast food, I picked up common words in English. And by the last year, where I dropped out of high school, I could comprehend a lot of what people said and talked back fluently. I saw an accent and some words were hard to pronounce no matter how long I spent talking. My dream is to own a business because it is no fun being at the bottom. But getting promoted to the highest I could go at every job that I had for longer than 5 years was something that took hard work and dedication. No matter what job it was, I started to be the best at it because of how I grew up. When most of these people grow up with opportunities handed to them, paved roads, access to cars, working toilets that you don't have to flush with a bucket of water in the middle of the night and it's pitch black and all you have is your phone flashlight because your dad wanted to bring you back to San Miguel Cuevas and show you what it was like growing up, but you had to turn on the flashlight, see a scorpion on the ceiling, wonder if you actually should have come. Yeah, that. Thank you for listening!